Welcome back to the channel, everybody! And I'm busy here drawing my new intro. Anyway, with that said, Deathball is back! And today, after almost a year of break, we have Omni-Man VS Bardock, which is, let's see, excuse me, I need to see it all. Which is Invincible versus Dragon Ball. Now, Omni-Man has been on that ball before. Last time he fought what's his name? Homelander? Yeah, that's probably it. So yeah, it's interesting they're using him this soon, but hey, I'm very interested to see how the Death Ball stuff works now after a year. It's still, you know, if they're still using the same layout or not, because that's kind of interesting to see. And it's great to see that Death Ball is back. And as I have heard, there's gonna be at least one episode a month. So the next one might already be a Halloween themed episode if, excuse me, if they wanna go that route. I feel like they might go that route. But anyway, about this one, Omni-Man, I don't really remember the guy at all, really much at all, really, when it comes to his even though it wasn't that fun before, but you know, that definitely is quite a while ago, and we had a long break since then, because, you know, we were very worried about if Deathball was gonna come back or not. Even to the point where I was considering making Deathball themed videos about who I would like to see for Season 11. Now, they're not doing the season format now, though, but 24-25, Omni-Man. I know the show is from, might be on the bro side. I don't really remember much of the character at all. Bardock, I know even less about. All I know is his Dragon Ball, because the title says so. According to what I've seen, you know, reading certain comments and stuff about Death Ball before, very much in their comment section, or even in other Death Ball videos itself, is that he doesn't use the Super Saiyan form, I think, but he has something different from it, which might be similar. So it's gonna be really interesting to see that side come out too. I don't really have anything to say before I get to see the analysis about these two characters. So how about we just go right into the Death Ball? We are here, let's get ready to start. And I almost misclicked. I was ready to say play, and then click the start button, and then I forgot that my OBS is open, and I almost clicked the stop recording button instead. So let's not do that. Anyway, and let's go!
This battle is sponsored by Manscaped.
Oh. Huh. It's still doing that. Okay, so you see a little preview. It's gonna be a full-on 3D battle, which I think you've seen a preview of before. During the announced Bowser, the Eggman, and all the Death Balls.
Their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Yeah, let's go.
Omni-Man.
It still looks the same though, the Death Ball closing door.
Of the globe, he protected the world from all manner of threats.
You still gonna see this Booba Stick though? That's something I'm curious about.
Went horribly wrong.
I assume so, but we'll see.
Who, Omni-Man? Who indeed? Champion of Earth, best-selling author J.K. Simmons, yet it was all a charade. With his murderous rampage only brought to a halt.
Does he still want picture of Spider-Man, J.K.?
Starts with his home planet, Viltrum, which I hear is a totally lovely utopia.
Through brutal mortal combat.
With a K! Or, wait, no.
Okay, I don't know if you're gonna be hearing it, but I need a fan on because it's kind of warm in here, so.
Even more so after they purged the weaker members of their species.
I hope you don't hear it in the background. But,
Omni-Man
I need to have it on. It's kind of warm in there.
Expected to prepare the planet for Imperial assimilation.
Which should have been easy, since he's got your classic strongman superpowers, and he's basically invulnerable, easily knocking around asteroids the size of Texas.
He can fly at unbelievable speeds, soaring from Earth to the planet
asteroids the size of Texas? Now, I don't know how big Texas is, but I assume it's very big, so.
A minimum of 2 galaxies.
Oh, 2 galaxies.
Beyond the Milky Way's neighbor Andromeda is the lesser-known Triangulum Galaxy, which is over 2.7 million light-years away. Reaching it in under 1 week means Omni-Man must have flown over 142 million times faster than light.
Oh, and Viltrumites can't breathe in space, so he held his breath the
quite
whole way.
fast.
And it's not like he was in a rush. He was on a soul-searching
It's like
trip,
the... Oh, it's not as fast as Superman.
Superman.
Superman goes way faster than that, but...
Nolan, think.
Yeah, this is why I'm never having kids.
You're missing out. But according to another Viltrumite, Thetis, a bunch of other Viltrumites who actually were in a hurry flew to Viltrum across the Virgo supercluster in less than 24 hours.
That's over 20 billion times faster than light.
You don't really need to rush
25?
anyway. The older a
But this is
Viltrumite gets,
55.
the slower they age.
According to the Invincible handbook, Nolan is over 2,000 years old. And regardless of age, Viltrumites don't suffer muscle fatigue like humans do, so they rarely ever tire out.
Seriously? He's got parenting easy mode on, and he couldn't even handle that. I would have killed for that back when my daughter was born.
Well, you would have to be a Viltrumite first. A Viltrumite's body contains smart atoms, which they subconsciously
Smart
manipulate.
atoms?
This cellular structure can effectively recall certain states of being regardless of their present environment, reacting to changes at an atomic level to perform the impossible.
Yeah, like surviving
All right.
intestines getting ripped out, or even more scary, ripping out your whole beard all at once.
Ouch!
Only a Viltrumite could pull off something that
That got
disturbing.
hurt.
Nolan is incredibly tough, but if he faces superior forces, his smart atoms can adjust to make him even stronger by comparison. This is why Viltrumites are considered invincible.
Invincible? Break.
Most weapons in the universe can't even scratch a Viltrumite like him.
Even a ship's cannon like this
Can't
one
use
can't
ad
take
blocking now
down a
because it
Viltrumite,
blocks me
and
from
it
watching
obliterated
videos.
a massive solar disk nearly
I guess I can
half
use the
the
plus
size of a star.
Speaking of
Another
planets,
version of
he's
it,
strong
but-
enough to shatter one by
Or
flying
download the
straight
video
through
and
it. A
avoid
planet
the
so
tie.
big it has a whole ring around it.
The Roche limit factor dictates the size a celestial body must be in order to disperse orbiting material as a ring. In short, an Earth-sized planet can't support such a ring, meaning this one must be much larger.
And don't get me started on how the ring is actually made up of dead bodies because, spoilers? Just go read the comic.
If
Yeah,
Roche
that's
is
kind
doing
of
it
weird.
for you, this
I mean,
planet
the
also
Saturn's ring
supports
is
5
made out
moons in its orbit, and
many,
even the
many
smallest is a
small
perfect
rocks.
sphere, meaning its
The
own
dead
gravity
bodies?
shaped it. At minimum, a moon like that must have a diameter of 600 kilometers.
Taking it to
or
another level.
370 miles. Comparing this to the planet's diameter, we can tell this world is nearly 14 times larger than Earth.
Or it was
14
before,
times larger.
You know, kablam.
Now, Omni-Man
How many
does
Earths
have
is
his
that?
weaknesses. Monsters like Ragnar's can pierce
there was
Viltrumite
many of them.
flesh, and he's extremely
Like,
sensitive
really
to
many.
a specific high-pitched frequency, which can destabilize his body's equilibrium.
But his real weakness turned out to be, you guessed it, fatherhood. Thanks to his son Mark, Nolan began to re-examine his perspective and his place in the universe. He settled down in a new place, got himself a new job, and even had a new kid with his new wife, who's a bug. The bug lady, he banged a bug.
Why, Omni-Man? How?
Yeah, just
Omni-Man?
why?
Hey, everyone deals
I
with parenting
I
stress
really
in their
wonder
own
that
way.
too. Why
When
would they
Nolan
do
was
that?
lecturing to Mark about how insignificant
I mean,
people
some
are,
people might be
Mark
into
wasn't
that,
the
but,
only one he was trying to convince, if you catch my drift.
Nolan Grayson's real mission isn't planetary conquest or saving the innocent. It's to discover if a violent man who can break the world can also be a good father.
Can he though?
Godspeed, Omni-Man.
Okay. Bardock.
In the far reaches
Yeah, let's see
of the
where's the blue
cosmos,
stick, though.
laid a world with a people like
That's
no
quite
other.
interesting to me,
Born
because
and
we usually
raised
see
to
them
do
by.
just
Or
one
usually,
thing.
bleh. Excuse me, I can't talk. We usually seen them by
A
now.
proud warrior people from the planet Vegeta, ruled by
Vegeta.
King
Vegeta?
Well, narcissist clutch.
Exactly. Their pride blinded them to the truth of their impending doom. But perhaps one Saiyan represented the best of them, even during their waning glory days.
Bardock! He's cool, he's crude, he's got a bad attitude, and if he goes apeshit, you're totally screwed. And guess what? He's father of Goku.
Oh wow, I never
No,
would've
that
guessed.
too, huh?
What a curveball.
So what does that make Turles?
Who?
Bardock was a cold-blooded killer, ruthlessly conquering planets in service to the Saiyans' true overseer, Lord Frieza.
They didn't just conquer planets, they wiped out every living thing, leaving Frieza uninhabited rocks to sell away. Bardock was an asshole. Well, until he wasn't.
Bardock's story has evolved over the years, with multiple iterations to draw from.
Including one where he's a brilliant scientist.
But only one
Okay.
is considered
I mean, they gotta do
officially
something with his
canon.
life, and
Bardock's
being a
demeanor
brilliant
began to
scientist
shift
is
when he
something.
met and eventually married fellow warrior Gine, and had two sons, Raditz and Kakarot.
No, Bardock didn't go totally soft. He was still a ruthless warrior. You know that iconic red headband of his? It's stained with the blood of his fallen friends.
Whoa, okay, it's red because of blood then.
I
Man, that's what basically what it said. That is a lot of blood, especially when it always stays red.
Brutal, screw you nature. Bardock's moves are all about overwhelming power. His final spirit cannon is like a key-powered bazooka. His rebellion hammer punch ignites enemies on contact, and his rebellion spear basically turns him into a supercharged battering ram. The guy has no chill. He will run you over, break your spine, light you on fire, and then move on to the next guy. All in a day's work for a Saiyan.
Marriage didn't change that. While Bardock cared for Gine, in fact being one of few Saiyans of his time to actually have a romantic partner, he was still no family man. Like most Saiyans, he saw his sons as nothing more than future soldiers.
Bardock was a low-class warrior, so it was unlikely his kids would grow up to be anything more than battlefield fodder.
But they would still possess the Saiyans' power, a transformation that was the key to their planetary devastation.
Like a monkey?
Under the light of a full moon, a Saiyan with a tail manifests the Uzaru.
This great ape form increases Bardock's power tenfold, turning him into an unstoppable kaiju. Quick, someone call Yajirobe!
While some Saiyans can maintain control over this berserker form, low-class warriors like Bardock don't receive the same level of training as those of higher birth. Prince Vegeta's control is so precise he can speak while changed, but Bardock cannot.
Hell, it's questionable if he even remembers everything that happens when he goes full-tilt gorilla. The Saiyan strategy is pretty much just monkey see, monkey smash.
Despite being low-class, Bardock's power level nearly matched that of King Vegeta, who could destroy multiple planets at once. At about this time, King Vegeta's power level was around 10,000.
Yeah, we know power levels are kind of janky.
Over 9,000.
Nobody can agree on what the number really means.
Outside of his fight with Gas, Bardock doesn't really show any high-end feats in canon, but we can use power levels to compare him to other characters with similar levels to better understand his potential.
Like when his son fought Prince Vegeta. What's the scouter say about his power level? It's over
9,000?
Yeah, the dub changed it to fit Vegeta's lip flaps, but we only cover the cold hard truth, damn it.
According to this movie pamphlet, Goku's power level between his fight with Vegeta and his trip to Namek was 10,000. This lines up with that previous reading and puts him on par with Bardock. Goku's training during the trip eventually raised him to 90,000 upon arrival, but this gives us a clear window.
Yeah, early in the trip, he had to dodge a bunch of incoming asteroids and blast his ship away from a star, which is impressive considering the speed involved.
The planet Namek is outside Earth's quadrant of the universe, and it took his ship 6 days to make the journey. Traveling a quarter of the universe's diameter would put the ship over 9.5 trillion times the speed of light.
9.5.
Would have had to keep up with that kind of speed to do all that other stuff.
That is false, right? I think there's a million. There's a million or trillion with Omni-Man.
Should be trivial enough.
And I think it was
All
at
this
25, so it
speed and
might
power
be
meant when Bardock and his team assaulted
slower.
the planet Cereal, they went cheerio.
Bardock ravaged the planet, annihilating its people, until he found two survivors, a mother and her child. Some may call it weakness, others a moment of clarity, but Bardock was suddenly reminded of his wife and recently born son. He chose to spare the two, and even pushed himself far past his limits to protect them from his own Frieza Force allies, who taunted that Frieza had dire plans for the Saiyans' future.
This moment changed Bardock, making him more appreciative of his family and cautious of Frieza. When all the Saiyans were called back to Planet Vegeta for mysterious reasons, he had a hunch something was up. So, before his final stand, smashing through hundreds of soldiers before coming face to face with the tyrant, he sent his youngest kid away for protection. A choice that allowed his son to thrive. And hey, that's what good parents do.
A choice that would
Yeah, I
have
guess
a
so.
greater significance than Bardock could ever imagine.
And then Dildo Dickhead blew them all up and he died.
Oh, he died.
Or did he? Bardock got killed so freaking hard he got blasted back in time.
Actually,
Okay,
he was pulled
that's
away by these
insane.
two who miscalculated and misplaced him incorrectly in the time stream.
Blah, 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 non-canon, whatever. He survived. And when he realized what happened, he got so unbelievably pissed off, he went Super Saiyan. What?
Now you can do
Alright,
Super
this
Saiyan
is
too,
very
huh?
much an alternate universe what-if scenario, and it is jarring. But think about it. The Super Saiyan form is not achieved through training alone. It requires dedication, introspection, victory, failure, love, and loss. Frieza destroyed the Saiyans because he feared the possibility of the Super Saiyan, a Saiyan with power that could rival his own. But perhaps Bardock's transformation was more than simply a what if. He had begun to take the very steps his son later would to achieve the form. Perhaps if Frieza had hesitated, even for a moment, his fear would have manifested before him right then and there.
Damn, pour one out for Bardock, who figured out how to be the truest Saiyan right at the end
Okay,
of it
they're
all.
really
I
hyping
know
him up, but so
Kakarot
far
would be
I'm
proud.
still leaning towards Omni-Man. Alright.
Hey, shout out to everyone who believed
Well,
in us
let's
during our recent
keep this one in.
crowdfunding.
And joining you in that support is the first ever sponsor for an independent death metal
No, but a
episode,
lot of that boss now.
Manscaped's newest masterpiece is the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra.
Okay, I thought this was gonna talk about you know, so let's just skip this and go right to the death ball. Alright, but before we watch the death ball, let's talk about it. Alright, so Omni-Man was about like 25 trillion light years in terms of speed. I don't remember if they said anything about his TNT, but anyway, being able to... Oh, wow, I gotta have to keep remember, it's been so long, so I'm a little rusty, I guess. But we were gonna try to remember as well as I can. Bardock had the Super Saiyan form, he had the whole... being able... Yeah, I think it's fought someone against someone who were able to defeat 3 planets at once. Yeah, King Vegeta, or at least in similar way as that. They both seem to have very interesting sort of abilities, you know. We do get to see, so we get to hear a little bit about this actually. With the Bardock having the whole monkey form thingy, which well, I already knew something about that because, you know, we heard about him not having the Super Saiyan. But I am also... Yeah, I also didn't really know that he also can go Super Saiyan. Even if it is an altered timeline, it's still possible for him. So, that's nice to know. Yeah, okay, I don't remember if they said anything specifically when it comes to their TNT stuff. They probably didn't, unless there was a notification somewhere in the corner and I missed it, or they said something in the sidebar and I missed it. I made a mistake by not reading the sidebar this time, and I should have done that. But anyway, they were really hyping up Bardock for a while. But I still feel like Omni-Man has this one. But yeah, Bardock was really hyped up. But but in the end, I feel like Omni-Man just is superior. I mean, he was the whole... yeah, he was kind of compared to... Hey, I mean, he's not... I even said it myself, I think. It's not as fast as Superman, but... Because Superman is much faster, but... I mean, even then, Omni-Man, based on what I remember, he seemed like he is faster. Yeah, I don't think I remember much else, anything else about the setup, and that's so bad because I didn't read the sideline, and that's probably my mistake for missing that. Going for all this, though, going by all this, I mean, I feel like Omni-Man is the winner here, but I really think Bardock might have the chance. I mean, he might have both his dads, so apparently, so. There's that too. You know what? I'm gonna go with Omni-Man. I feel I'm leaning towards him, so I'm gonna assume he has it. And I'm getting a fog on my glasses. That's why I take it off like this. It's like I'm sweating from my eye or something. So yeah, Omni-Man is going to win. Let's see if I'm right or not. And guess we'll take it from there. So again, Omni-Man is going to win, and let's see if I'm right or not. Let's go into the double, and let's go. Let's see if Omni-Man wins or not.
We've run the data through all possibilities.
Or if I'm wrong. It's time for a death battle! Alright.
Great. Another gross bug planet.
Whoa! Why are you there, Omni-Man?
This planet isn't anyone's to conquer.
I mean, I guess he's just trying to protect his planet, but why is he attacking him?
Just just like my son, sticking his nose in places he's not ready for.
Okay, this feels like a Goku vs Superman episode. Maybe it is the Goku vs Superman episode, but for these two characters. Like, if these two have been... they might as well be. They might be the Goku and Superman of this particular battle. I don't know if they've really been compared to each other that much, but hey, it's possible. Again, I'm just getting some massive Goku vs Superman vibes.
Whatever you are, you're an embarrassment.
Wait till you see the real power of a Saiyan.
Oh, here goes the monkey. I guess... yeah, I guess it's still okay. I think the same monkey is in the same family at least. It's like a giant monkey. Okay, Omni-Man, can you win for me, please? Whoa! There goes his tail! Ouch! Not using his own tail against him? Okay, cool.
No. My sons. Leave me. I won't let you take me from my world.
Super Saiyan? Yeah, here it goes. Stop fogging on my glasses, please. Whoa! Is he holding it back? Like, was he physically holding the beam? That's interesting if we actually did that.
Your time is up! Saiyan!
Who gets to finish your blow? Is it Omni-Man? Yeah! Wait, what?
You said,
Oh, I thought he...
remember it.
Oh wait, for a moment I thought it blew up, but then it didn't. Left me confused. I think it still died. Oh, come on, stop please.
Fuck.
Yeah, I was right though.
Okay, these Gokus have got to stop picking fights with guys in capes.
Pitting Saiyan against
Yeah,
Vegemite
very
is
much.
fascinating. Among the many similarities, 5 specific categories stand out.
Starting with speed. Bardock is much faster, given his power level match.
Ah, Bardock was the fastest one. Okay, I thought it was Omni-Man.
Times light speed, much higher than the Viltrumite's fastest.
Yeah, they said million on Omni-Man. I assumed it was higher because I said it's at
Bardock
25
clearly
or something.
has the speed advantage, but strength and durability are another
But I
story.
was comparing
That doesn't
millions
seem
to
like it
trillions.
at first. Bardock scales to King Veggie, who wrecked 3 planets at once, and
Yeah, the
Omni-Man
3
only
planets.
smashed 1. But given how big that one planet was, the numbers are actually pretty similar, until we factor in the Super Saiyan boost, right?
Well, there's a catch. A major plot point in Invincible involves the coalition of planets admitting that their weapons cannot hurt Viltrumites.
So, when their ship's cannon obliterated this gigantic solar disk, it highlighted just how tough the Viltrumites really are.
This disk completely blocked the sunlight and heat between a planet and its star, and this is no ordinary planet. Its size and density are so high that its inhabitants are as strong as Viltrumites just due to living in its natural gravity. To fully block the light to such a planet and remain in consistent orbit, the disk would need to be positioned at its L1 point, the spot that creates an uninterrupted view between sun and satellite, and the disk itself must be about half the diameter of the star in question. This means the scaling of the disk puts it at 3 septillion tons.
That's 24 zeros!
Which
24
makes
zeros.
over
Oh, wow, that
11,000
is-
times stronger than base Bardock.
Not even the Great Ape or Super Saiyan forms could make up that difference. so strength goes to Nolan.
Still, numbers aren't everything. As far as versatility in combat goes, neither had one distinct advantage that could win outright.
Omni-Man survives in space for much longer, but Bardock barely squeaks out the edge here thanks to his ranged versatility with key attacks and...
No, so Bardock had this one too, then I assume Omni-Man got the
let's
two
address
lost
Super Saiyan Bardock thing.
to make him
It's
be able to
perfectly
win
fair to
this.
question whether or not the form should be in this comparison at all. However, even with the form
Okay,
included,
I gotta-
Nolan still takes this,
Take
especially
him
when
up.
it comes to our last
Take
two
him up.
categories, experience.
Keep fogging on the eye.
Yep,
So,
Omni-Man's
it's like I'm
been
sweating
around
from
a
my eye.
lot longer than Bardock, over 2,000 years.
It's hard to
And
look
even
through
with
the
Super
glasses,
Saiyan,
you know, and
Bardock's no
half
master
this
of the form.
And without that mastery,
plastic thing
the
is
form drains the user's energies at an
fogging
increased
up.
rate. Which brings us to what may be Omni-Man's most surprising advantage.
Those weird smart atoms.
Saiyans like Bardock
Yeah, I
can
forgot
fight
about
for
the
days
smart
on
atoms,
end,
actually.
but only for so long. Bardock possesses a limited pool of ki, which only depletes faster when using super forms like the Great Ape. In contrast, Omni-Man's biology prevents him from tiring in most cases, letting him travel across whole galaxies for weeks non-stop. And his smart atoms adjust to counter whatever physical strain he's subjected to.
Bardock's crazy speed and power made him a real challenge.
But Nolan's strength, experience, and sheer endurance presented an unstoppable and unshakable force that would inevitably land the killing blow.
When push came to shove, Omni-Man raised the Bardock.
The winner
Yeah.
is Omni-Man.
Alright, congratulations, Omni-Man.
Battle.
Who's next, though? Oh, this Joker.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Alright, so I was right, even though I remember surprisingly little from this Death Ball. Oh, that's probably my mistake, you know. As I mentioned, I didn't read the sidelines. With the sidebars there, so that's probably why I misremember, or didn't remember a whole lot. But Joker is next. Alright, I know about this guy, mostly because of Super Smash Bros. So, okay, let's start with this Death Ball first. We're gonna take one thing at a time. So, alright, analysis was fine. I'm a little, I gotta say, I'm a little surprised we didn't get to see Wisdom Boomstick on screen. I assume they're gonna be on the backbone again? And only through voice, I mean? Kinda seems like that's the case. Then again, they might show up on screen again at some point later. We don't know that yet. But yeah, the animation was really good. I'm saying that because, yeah, the animation looks really good. And I'm definitely not good enough to do this sort of animation myself, so... yeah, it looks good to me. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I do really enjoy this episode. It was a fun and really engaging episode to watch. So yeah, my favorite? No. But I do still like it as it is, and then it's a great start for a whole new season. Or a new session, I guess you can call it. Now, about the next time. We got, let's see, what's his name again? I'm gonna mispronounce him. I'm pretty sure. Giorno, or something like that. Giorno. I'm gonna say Giorno, I'm probably mispronouncing that. But it's Persona versus JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Which is interesting, because, well, I think these two has been requested quite a lot in the past. I've seen a lot of Joker-specific Death Battle requests, and I think this one has been the one that's always been on the top, from what I can see. So the fact that it's finally happening, that's great to see. I only know about Joker because of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate specifically. So I know about the fact that he has the whole thing about the personas and Sen, or whatever the main persona from Smash was so called. I think it was a Sen. I might misremember his name, but so yeah, I know he has a lot of things with personas. I don't know if this Giorno is going to have something similar. I mean, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has been on Death Battle before, and they seem to be kind of... well, they seem to have some special abilities, I guess, so maybe he has something similar, for all I know. Now, I haven't actually played Persona 5, and it's been one of those games I heard because I'm a Pokemon fan. I might actually enjoy it, but I haven't actually gotten around to actually playing it ever yet. So there's that. But maybe someday, maybe someday. That's the next time. It's probably, did it say the date? No. Okay, they don't say a date. But I was kind of assuming, you know, because there's Halloween season coming up, the next will be Halloween themed because it will make sense. But that's not the case. So, well, I guess this will count as that. You know, I don't know what kind of bizarre stuff Joker might have done, but so yeah, there's that. Let me know what you think about this stuff by posting it down in the comments below. And a link to the original video is linked down in the description below, as always. I probably also put it somewhere in the corner here in the beginning of the video, like I usually do. And I think that is that. So, on for a new era of Death Ball. And let's see what the future has to hold, because Joker is next, and I have no idea who's soon Bowser and Tom is gonna appear, but there might be one of them after that. Maybe not the Bowser one, no, might take at least another episode or two before we get that one. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to the Bowser segment battle, to be honest. I hope you guys did enjoy the Death Ball reaction, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next Death Ball reaction. Minishu96 signing out.